Sweet guys, sweet. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. My name is AJ, and this is the Digidollar Awareness Space. And today is special, man. Yesterday the Knicks won. Today is Sunday, the 24th of May. And as everybody or whoever's here actively listening now, or for those that will be stepping back in the recording later on, as you all might be with your family on a Sunday today, hanging out at the bar, and with all the worldly distractions that we all have through, I'd like to shine a light. As you guys know, it's America first, obviously, for me. Digibyte is global, but it is America first for myself and many that might be listening. Tomorrow is Memorial Day. And for those, again, that listen globally, it is a day that us in the United States honor our fallen comrades. And myself having a family in the military, it's an important day, while for those veterans who are at home with their family, welcome home. And you are greatly appreciated. And for those who committed the biggest sacrifice for us to have a joyful, filled weekend of freedom, I thank you. And may God bless you and have you in the heavenly world. So I'd like to, for those that you are chiming in or that do come in later on in the recording, for us in America, tomorrow is a staple in our history. And I'd like to take this moment to bless our troops. For those that are with your family, thank this day. Thank it to God for giving you another day here. And for those of you who are deployed, and in my family, those that you know who you are, I thank you for making the ultimate sacrifice to allow me to sit here in front of a computer and voice my opinion on a coin that could potentially, change the monetary value of how freedom is established. So you guys give me a sec. I'm just gonna recollect myself. I'll be right back. But yeah. All right. I'm back, you guys. It's emotional for me, but it is what it is. We keep trucking. For those of you that are chiming in, thank you. Today is also the Digidollar Creators Bounty that is happening on a weekly basis. And I will be touching up on the rules and stuff, but I'm going to address one of the participants. And as you guys know, I like to say as transparent as possible. So being said, that's how I like to operate in the space and within my, I guess the way I interact with the community in general. For I am Frank, I am Frank. The community members that did participate last week and the ones that did try, to be fair with everybody, I have to make sure that everybody's following the rules. So I reached out to you. I am Frank. I DM'd you, and I'm just going to go over what I need you to do. And for everybody that is listening and chiming in later, the rules are specific to YouTube videos, not shorts. We discussed that in 2 episodes back with Green, and we had a community voting and a bunch of thumbs up went for the fact that we wanted videos, not shorts. So your submission is correctly submitted on the flyer post. The only thing I need is if you don't mind just re-uploading that video instead of it being a short, just upload it as a YouTube video. So that way your X handle is in the description and just follows along with the rules. So I just wanted to point that one out there. Maybe I DM'd him, but for you guys, it's out there. His name is I Am Frank, or at I Am Frank. He did a dope video. Somewhere from Africa, I'm assuming. It's a great video. It's just a short. But just by technicality, and I know I gave a couple of the community members a little bit of shit because I do want the rules to be followed just to keep the fairness. So if you don't mind, if you guys want to send them and just tell them, hey, bro, just re-upload it as a regular video, not a short, and just in the description, put your X handle. That'd be great. For you guys that are there, I'm gonna go ahead under this space. I will be putting last week's, or I guess Friday's last week's winner. So you can have that as an example. He ended up, submitting properly. And then the video is not, it's not as long. I think it's as long as I Am Frank's. So again, I'm not asking for anything long. It's better to have a video, and I'm going to get more into that, but yeah, I just wanted to touch that up. All right. So basically today's important. I'm going to these Sunday spaces. We are trending really good. There's a lot of stuff going on with us. I'd like to shout out Dave. If you followed him at Blind Dave C, and today he was live twice. Basically talking about, I'm sorry, Dave, I didn't get a chance. Like I kind of breezed into it, but I was, doing a couple things today, and I didn't get a chance to fully watch the videos. But he did talk about, mining in one of the recent ones, and the prior one to that, when I did chime in, he was basically giving some insight on how to create your videos and some of the programs and softwares you can use. Maybe later today or tomorrow when I go back to the videos, I'll give a little bit more in-depth breakdown, but I'm also going to link that on the space tonight. Another thing on the space already link, as we guys know, we are approaching DigiDollar mainnet launch. So in this space, I posted the YouTube video that Jared has, which is an explainer on how to download the core wallet, because you guys, and for those that are new, you will need a Digibyte core wallet in order for you to mint our new release of the world's first decentralized stableback coin. Also, the latest release for testnet, which we are right now on RC41, which is unbelievable to say. But the latest release of testnet, the GitHub, is down there. The Gitter chat, if you have any questions on testnet, and as Green mentioned last space, and we've been mentioning it before, ideally we would like to have 30 to 35 oracles for main launch. That is still the goal. So if you guys are interested in wanting to know how to become a price oracle, join the Gitter. You guys are super helpful, and follow through of what you need to do to become a price oracle. And lastly, Digiscope. In order for you guys to get paid, and for those of you guys that are participating in the DigiDollar Creators Bounty, you will need to have your account verified in Digiscope. Like we always say, we don't trust, we verify. And that is the way that I will be doing all payouts for current bounties and future bounties. It keeps the transparency with the community and make sure that there is, wallets aren't out in a screenshot and stuff like that. I feel like that can become a little bit unprofessional. And it moves us from looking like a meme. Because if you guys notice, a lot of the bounties that end up posting wallets up there, people that have, I have in my regular account, I have, my Digibyte wallet address, and it's I need it for certain things in the background. But if you don't need your wallet address out there, I think it's best to just verify yourself with Digiscope, and then it's just your @ handle that gets dinged, and that's it. Keeps it clean, keeps it fresh, and also promotes our ethos and the protocols that are actively going on. So today, I want to get a couple points across. So we need to study what virality is and shows. Wow. educating the masses on Digibyte. I don't know if you guys know, but 2% of all of humanity's time is spent on YouTube. And all that is dictated by like what the algorithm puts in their homepage. So it's like a crazy thought to really think about that, which is why like I'm so heavy on YouTube. So just how I schedule spaces on X, YouTube could also be scheduled. So like just keep that in mind, you guys. Like when guys can all imagine just having a massive amount of scheduled Digibyte community videos on Sunday. You know, I mean, it'd be a really dope thing. And if you guys have audited YouTube, I don't know if you guys gotten a chance today, but we are flooded in there today. I spent a lot of time today looking, and shout out to Digibyte Patriot again. You guys go follow them. They awareness spaces, and they've actually been putting up and also Adam. I don't know if you guys are following Adam, but go follow Adam Ogilvy. He dropped a video today and has been a couple spaces. He's done 2 spaces, so it's good to see another community member feel comfortable in the spaces and want to talk and engage, because it's crucial for us. So you guys go give a follow to Adam Ogilvy and check out his spaces. They are recorded. Might get some insight there if you'd like to comment, engage, right? And also Digibyte Patriot, he is nonstop, literally everything that I see on X immediately and dumps it and helps promote it, and he's having engagement. And same with Dave. Hawkeye's in the space right now, but Blind Dave has these really dope podcasts. So he's not just videos, he's more on your podcast style, which is a different vibe that we also need when it comes to our marketing as far as video content. So you guys go follow these guys. They're super active and super engaging. And again, we thrive off community. The more loyal as a community we become, the more lethal we are as an ethos. So again, algos are a reflection of what people want to watch and what they consume. Another fucking crazy stat, excuse my language, but television screens account for more than 50% of YouTube's total watch time. 50%, bro. So think about it. If we have these videos nonstop, 50% of that is going to be watched on TV. It's the YouTube facts are truly insane. But so and it's going to take time, right? Like we need to build trust with people so they watch our content. And they know it's going to be good, right? Like that's part of YouTube, because well, the reason they'll know it'll be good is because of however many last videos they watched of us, and what positive reactions or positive interactions they got. Yeah, we know it's going to take time to build, and we are a team running a media company essentially that's fully volunteered, or at least that's the goal that. So, people spend hours, like, again, and I'm like kind of harping on YouTube, but it's because like I really sat back and thought about this, and I've been studying the algos and whatnot, and people spend hours flipping through like TikTok and like Facebook Reels, like 200 Reels, and then you go and quiz them on what they watch, and they can't even remember it. So that's why I want to start with the YouTube and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's a big difference from some.
Yo, you can probably barely hear me, but you sound like a robot, bro.
Oh, sorry, dude. I'm trying to just get a bunch of stuff out today, but do I sound like a robot?
Yeah, X was fucking with you for a second, man.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, you started talking, and I was like, all right, I cannot hear or understand shit that he's saying, bro. But yeah, all good though. The message is always clear.
Well, where did I leave off? If you don't mind me telling, like, where did I start to not sound good? That sucks.
I don't even remember. I mean, I could understand you, but I mean, I'm in this loud pool area too, so I don't know.
That's weird. That's weird. Does it sound good now though? Am I good? You guys, am I good? It sounds clear?
Yeah, you're good now. I'm gonna go mute though. I don't want everybody to hear all this pool and kids screaming.
Got you. Enjoy, bro. Enjoy. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So there's a big difference, obviously, from what was I saying? What's on? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, you guys kind of threw me off track, but I'm hoping I'm sounding good. I don't know. I don't know why I would sound bad. I've just been fucking ranting. But anyways, back to what I was saying. There's a big difference from someone consuming, right, like a 5 second clip versus someone sitting down and watching a 3 minute video and hearing you speak and getting to know you. Like YouTube is more dominant when it comes to audience depth. So in hindsight, that's like the point I was trying to get across. But obviously, we need to tag other algos too, right? Since like some people stay loyal to the platforms they consume the most. But that's something that I believe has better results when it happens organically. Like what's happening right now, anyways, right? Like, the thing is, if people will see something new and decide to engage with it and get more interested and keep coming back. Um, and we need to be the most impactful blockchain in the world. Like we know that we are that, right? Like because like I've said before, we have the blueprint. It gets copied. But with our literal infinite ambition, as you guys can see, if you haven't, we're going crazy on X, and now that Green chimed in and told me that I sound crazy, which is weird. But with our infinite ambition that we seem to show, the resilience and the ability to tell an amazing story that appeals globally with our content and also entertains, and like the way that Adam talks and the way that he networks, it inspires and it helps us educate while connecting on a human level. If you guys get what I'm trying to say, um, it, it's important that we make and establish that connection. Now I'm gonna switch this. And sorry, you guys, I know that sometimes I tend to go on the spaces and my mind is rushing, and I feel like I try to get as much information out as possible as like digestible, but sometimes my ADHD. I don't think I have ADHD. I think at that point that's another thing, or maybe I do, but sometimes we just use that as an excuse. But yeah, I get to be all over the place, and the thoughts that are in my brain, I try to get it out as best as I can, but I feel like I just blabber. But anyways, a community that understands the importance of, well, I want to touch on signal, right? And what it means to the importance of the signal to noise ratio and focusing on building that. You know, we need to be at 100% signal. That means that we don't allow any noise, right? We don't deal with any noise. We need to focus on building that. The noise will be there, but the signal is our focus on solution and improving our ethos. Um, Now, why am I just mentioning this, right? Well, we want to reach that insane explosive growth, right? Now fueling expensive like explosive growth means spending spending really aggressively for many years, as we see, um as we see other communities, right? They're all centralized, and while we may not see it immediately, they spend a lot of money on their marketing, and we are fully volunteer. So this is what I mean as we need to reach this insane explosive growth. And, growth means, it does mean spending super aggressively. But if you notice, the team has already done that for our sakes. Jared and DigiSwarm building the DigiDollar while everybody's here, right? This is a protocol that isn't easy. It's not easy to build. It's been in development for over 7 years. And, we'd be remiss to think that the guys haven't hashed out hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like this is not a cheap protocol. And thanks to AI and the fact that us as a community were able to build, that bounty for DigiSwarm. But don't get it twisted, you guys. Jared and the team and a lot of community members there's a lot of money that went into DigiDollar. So, it's important for us to learn the signal to noise ratio. Myself and all of us here listening in to this recording, are betting on this long-term DD play, and it will pay off, right? When it pays off, it will pay us off really well. But to get us there quickly, right, is going to take external capital. It would be obviously easier to raise this money up front with price action, right? Similar to how it was done on Bitcoin. But at this point, the only shark, we don't have a shark that's willing to take that much risk up front, aside from Jared and the Digiswarm team. Those are the guys that are really like, they really are taking the risk and putting everything that they got into this protocol. And again, the reason why I mention this is if the signal is 100%, then what we all want, which is what I'm just going to get down to the point. What we all want is for exchanges to choose to list us on their own accord, without us having to see liquidity. Then we need to reduce the noise. That's what we need to do. If we can't do that, then eventually we will have to put up our money to get onto exchanges and reinforce the signal. This this digital creator bounty is an opportunity for us to get ahead of the noise, attract positive attention from exchanges, and tell the DGB and the DigiDollar story how it should be told. So, again, you guys, we need to be the signal 100% in order for organic growth from these exchanges that are trying to shun us. And yeah, I hope I didn't go on a crazy tangent. Today, again, like I told you guys, it's, Memorial Day is crazy for my family and stuff for obvious reasons. Maybe, not to you guys, not obvious reasons, but for me, it's Memorial Day and it's rough on the family. But, I know what we have here, and being in the background, we got to take advantage of what we have. The DigiDollar is something that was done by Jared, Digiswarm, from them being, nice is an understatement, bro. Like, they didn't have to do any of this, right? Like, ideally, we're a decentralized blockchain, and anybody could build on our code. And Jared's still going. And while everybody might have their opinion about him or whatever, it's completely irrelevant. The protocol is what's going to speak for itself, and that's the only thing that fucking matters. And because of that, and because of how important and how big this is, we need to be the signal. And I in my efforts of, structuring these bounties, and there's other things that I'm in the background that I want to, and I'm actively structuring. I think us, the community, as Digibyte community, we do take for granted those people that are building for free, like Johnny, Dennis. These guys, aside from having a full-on life like we all do, these guys are building a mobile wallet, which is it isn't an easy feat. It's a very difficult, complicated thing, and if things aren't done right, it could mud the waters very quickly and lose any type of confidence in those builders. And because of that, we have and we have to be grateful for these guys, and we have to take advantage and do what we can where we can. And again, that's not to say to immediately donate, but it's to say that, we have Digiscope. That should be one of the loudest things that the community, expresses out there, breaks down, and let everybody know how to use and onboard. Because to be quite honest, is one of the best marketing tools to really exist for us. When you look at X is trying to make their own X Cash, or I forget what it's called, but they're trying to do their own monetary system. We already beat them to that. We have a tipping system, so yeah, I just want to go ahead. What's up, you guys? Fucking ranted for a minute, but what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? If everybody wants to chime in real quick, and get a couple topics going, and then after that, once we're in a little bit more, I'm just gonna go ahead and reread the rules for DigiDollar Awareness Creator Bounty. But any questions, anything, you guys feel free to hop in and say what's up. What's up, CJ? We're here, dude.
Hey, what's going on? Just tapping in. I wanted to know, is this the last day to upload a video for the Digi Bounty?
So that's what we talked about in one of the last spaces. Is so ideally, yes, I would want because the idea is to move this over to Digiscope. I would want the community to get adjusted and used to basically, dropping it every Sunday, because on Digiscope you won't be able to drop it after the fact. But because this is X, I can't really control that. It is up to you if you want to drop it after Sunday. I'm not going to disqualify you. But ideally I would want everybody to drop the video on Sunday. But again, if you drop it tomorrow, and there's somebody already with a video and they have more likes and reposts, it's tough competition there. So ideally, yes, I would want everybody to do it on Sunday. But again, I have no control of that because it's X. So if someone posted on Tuesday, I can't really say anything. As long as they follow the rules and everything, if someone posts on Tuesday and by Friday, the community got behind them over everybody else and they won. They won.
Gotcha. Understand. Cool. I
The
was just
So the only key factor here is that, and how I've been deciding, any video that is older than the Saturday before the flyer goes off is not counted. So let's say if you dropped your video on Friday, which when we announce the winner, right? Those do not count for the new week. It's anything that's been uploaded from Saturday on. So that's the only way I have verification, right? Because then it wouldn't be fair if you dropped the video on Friday when the winner was announced. It was already trending 2 days before. So it would be Saturday would be the earliest to have the video release. And then again, when Digiscope comes live, like you literally won't be able to upload your video after Sunday. So you guys out there, try to get used to literally uploading the video for Sunday.
gotcha. And just so I'm clear, real quick, you just have to post it on YouTube, put a Digi Bounty.
Here, I'm just gonna go right
Yeah,
out and read the rules. Give me a sec.
yeah.
All right, sweet. So every Sunday, an official weekly bounty post will be published and pinned on the DigiDollar awareness. CJ, if you don't mind just muting your mic real quick, bro. My bad. Thanks. All right, yeah. So every Sunday, an official weekly bounty post will be published and pinned on the DigiDollar awareness page until Friday's winner's announcement. All video submissions for that week must be posted under the official weekly bounty. So I'm going to actually touch on that also. If you guys are getting reposts and likes within your own page, it is not going to count. It has to be reposts and likes under the weekly bounty post. So if you guys go to the DigiDollar awareness page, the weekly bounty post is pinned on the DigiDollar awareness page. So submissions should be under that, and any reposts and likes would be counted that are there. Okay. Old and reused videos cannot be resubmitted in future weeks. So one of the last videos that was done, the last week's winner, he actually ended up asking me that if he could resubmit some old work. That is not allowed. It has to be fresh. So no old submission. It has to be freshly made. And it's one of the points that I was touching up earlier. The idea is to connect on a human level. And again, like I told you guys, like 2% of all humanity's time is spent on YouTube, and 50% of YouTube's total watch time is on television screens, which is why we want it to be new. We don't want it to be old, because the way the algos work is they dictate, what is put on your homepage based on like what you decided, like what you like to watch and what you want to continue watching or keep coming back to. So, okay. All content must be related to the DigiDollar, Digibyte, or the DGB ecosystem. Video should focus on education, awareness, tutorials, explanations, or useful insights. Meaning, if you guys want to go out there and explain and do a tutorial on testnet, that is, you could do that. If you like to do charting, and that's your thing, again, not financial advice, but if that's a thing that you like to do, you can also do that. If you just have insightful, conversation topics, that you want to bring up, or, maybe a strategy, if that's something that you're willing, again, not financial advice, you guys can use that. If, which I am still curious and want to know if it's possible, but if someone out there can do a funny video, right? Like within those lines that obviously stay, educational and make sense. I'd be interested to see that. I'm going to stop real quick. What's up, CJ? You have your hand up. Good, CJ? All right. So I'm just going to keep going. All right. So videos must use real human voice. So please no AI generated voice. Again, like I told you guys, the whole point is to connect on a human level here. So videos could be in any language. So do them in, with the last video, that one was literally in Spanish. I had to, Rancel literally was the one that helped me with that. So thanks, Rancel, for literally helping me out with that. And any other languages, I'm sure I'll find a community member who will tell me whether it's real or not. But yeah, it could be any language as long as narration is human. So as long as you're a human being speaking whatever language you speak, cool. Now, here's the important thing. Your X handle must appear in both the video itself. So somewhere in your video, put your X handle. And in the YouTube description. This is why shorts don't work. In the YouTube descriptions, put your X handle in there. These are the things that us as community, we agree to would be the way to verify as of right now. So X handle must appear on both the video itself and the YouTube description for verification. And now that you guys know that, when you go submit the video on the flyer, all you have to do is hashtag DD creators and your YouTube link. That now means that you have submitted your video. That's it. I don't need you guys to write a whole paragraph or write anything. If you like to, that's fine. I don't care. But the whole thing for you to fully submit is you just need to hashtag DD creators and your YouTube link. That is how you submit your video on the weekly bounty flyer. And for your verification, your X handle must appear on both the video itself and the description of your YouTube video. Okay? Does anybody have any questions about that?
Not me.
And again, I mentioned earlier, I DM'd I Am Frank to let him know, the stuff that he wasn't right. So you guys feel free to DM me. I'll try to answer as quickly as I can back. I know some of the people that did DM me and are questioning about it. I'm not going to talk to you about price. So please stop asking me that. I don't know why you guys think I'm like the price guru or some shit. Thank you, but I'm not going to talk about it. So, but if you have any video content creation questions, you can ask me that. All right. Okay, back to the rules. All right. So community voting is based on total reposts and likes during the official voting period. So the voting periods run from Sunday, right? As soon as you post your video, Sunday until Friday morning. Green and I had talked about potentially starting the voting on Monday. But again, that's something that's out of my control. When we move to Digiscope, that'll probably be a thing where all submissions will come in on Sunday and then upvoting will begin on Mondays. But again, reposts and likes would only count under the flyer. So under the flyer, however many reposts and likes you are or have is what is the voting process. I had a fucking brain fart there. Sorry, but I'm sure you guys get what I'm trying to get at, right? All right. So, okay. And then now that we got that gone through, right? So again, to submit your video, just hashtag DD creators with the YouTube link under the flyer pinned to the DigiDollar awareness page. For verification purposes, X handle must appear on both the video itself and your YouTube video description. And votings are total reposts and likes. That's how you win. Whoever has the most reposts and likes cumulative would win. I don't even know if that was a word. I don't know what's going on with me. All right. One winner each Friday afternoon will be picked out, right? The winner will receive a 5,000 Digibyte payout announcement post. So there'll be a post first that announces that you won with your $5,000 DGB payout through Digiscope Tipped. And then a 48-hour feature pin post, which will have an additional 1,000 DGB tip on it. That will be on my page, and it's going to be posted for 48 hours. Additional to that, and I don't know if Adam's here and would like to chime in, but as you guys saw last week, Adam is participating in this, so I'd like to thank Adam for that. But your winning video would also receive a separate 24-hour feature post from him and on his page. I guess I didn't want to really ask him here, but Adam is doing that favor for us. I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't know if maybe Adam wants to speak on that, or maybe that's something that we could talk later on. But
whatever's good for the community, man.
Sweet,
I'll do it.
Sweet.
I'll pin it. I'll pin it until the cows come home. Let's get this going.
Sweet. Thanks, dude. And to just summarize up here, just the rules again: spam, fake engagement, bots, plagiarism, or misleading content may result in disqualification. The organizers are the community, so they do reserve the right to remove low effort, copied, or unrelated submissions. And don't forget, you guys, winners must have a Digiscope account to receive their payment. So make sure you're verified with Digiscope. It's super easy, bro. All you need to do is download Koinami. Don't forget to write down your 24 seed phrase password. I believe if you have an iPhone, it's 12 word, but if you're on the computer, it's 24. So save that. Then all you have to do is go to digiscope.me. You go to the login. You scan the QR code with your Digi ID. So once you add the wallet on your once you add the Digibyte account on your Koinami wallet, there is an option that states Digi ID. You're going to open that. And it's going to scan the QR code. As soon as you do that, you have now officially created an account with Digiscope. After you've created an account with Digiscope, all you have to do is go to the top right and proceed to go where it states My Account. Under My Account, once you click on there, you scroll down, there is an option to link your X. All you have to do is put your X handle there. It'll give you a prompt for you to tweet out, and then you will be verified. It's super quick. It takes maybe like 5 seconds to get verified. And then the whole process itself, I helped CJ through it, so I'm sure CJ can testify to that too. And also Adam, we've been working with this for, I don't know how long we've been working for Digiscope, maybe 2-3 months, maybe more. Time flies, but it takes all about 5, maybe 10 minutes max to get yourself with an account verified and ready to go. Also, there's a lot of good way to earn Digibyte there while learning about the blockchain. So definitely go check that out. But I'm going to go ahead and bring Adam today because I'd like to shout out Adam. He started 2 spaces, I believe today and yesterday. So you guys definitely go chime into that. And Adam is super active, might be our main guy for networking. So thanks, Adam. Thanks today for the videos, and you guys definitely go check out the spaces. And is that going to be a more of a normal thing for you, Adam?
Well, I think it's pretty freaking awesome. I did one and I tested out on like their free version. So it's actually by a website called Heygen, Heygen. And I did the free one, and I was like, dude, this is freaking awesome. But I don't know. I got another one launching tomorrow at 1:00. Kind of in the same theme. And yeah, I mean, I'm paying for a subscription for it to get all the tokens to write it all. So yeah, I would say maybe I could write some content specifically for your page where I'm not like, I feel like I'm going to go into like, X's jail for over posting. I'm like posting every 2 freaking minutes, it feels like. But no, I think it's pretty awesome. I'm excited to see where the YouTube creators are going. I feel like there's some momentum starting and some interest, so I'm digging that. And I've gotten some pretty good feedback this week from some of the exchanges and wallet people I've been talking to. So the deals are still there, nothing in stone, a lot of conversations, but at least they're responding back saying, hey, we haven't forgotten about you, Adam. It's taking a little bit of time. So as long as I'm getting those kind of comments back, like on a weekly basis, that would be cool, so, but, yeah, I think there's some great things in the horizon. I mean, between Jared announcement that the DigiDollar is ready for mainnet, sounds like some last minute tweaks that are going to happen. And so I've gotten to know Jared a little bit, like you guys, and I can definitely tell he gets super excited and he just kind of gets that stuff out the gate super fast. And I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up one morning and it's Jared doing a video saying it's on mainnet. Let's go, guys. And I can totally see that happening. Could be any day. Could be this week. Could be next week. But I'm definitely feeling like it's going to be like him celebrating with a video saying it's been uploaded and everybody needs to update their nodes and their wallets and let's make this happen. I don't know. You guys feel that, right? I'm feeling it. And definitely seems like the overall vibe of X has changed too, where I think everybody else is super excited about it. And, my kids went out my kids and my wife are at Disney and I'm sitting here at my office. I got every light out at my house except for the light over my computer. And I've just been here all day grinding out on X, doing these last minute pop-up, ask me anythings about. So today my confidence has been up pretty well with doing these Spaces event. I hopped in some other Spaces events with some Bitcoiners and some XRP people. I've probably been in I don't know, at least 10 X Spaces today. Just kind of seeing who would let me talk. I'll hit the speaker button and see if somebody just let me talk. And a couple of them did. And, I wasn't rude. I wasn't being disruptive, but, no, today was a fun day. I had a lot of fun. So, yeah, man, the energy is good. Now, as far as the charts go, I know AJ over there won't say what's going on, but, it looks like to me, from a chart wise, we're not out of the woods yet. I think the big boys, big whales, they have another plan for us, but we just need to keep DCAing every week, keep stacking. We know the history here. We know what happens regardless of all the noise. But this time I think we got an A team going on here. And I think we may see something better. And I hope whatever this better is, whatever that outcome is, I hope that we take that with celebration and we reinvest back into our community to grow it again. Let's create just like we're creating decentralized stable money, let's create a stable community that keeps this train going. Let's be the next Bitcoin family. Let's show the world what it is and really do that. And that's what I like to see, 5 years from now and we're sitting there and we got freaking Digibyte at $2,000 a coin and we're all just calling each other up where are we going this week? Well, we're going to go shill our project at the next 15 conferences. I'm going to do 10 speeches this year and we're going to just stop at fucking Fiji at my personal island. Let's do it. Let's do what they did, Let's put somebody in office. Let's have a Digibyte president in office, not no Bitcoin president in office. How about that? That's what I'm talking about. But, I'm pretty pumped up, so let's do it. But I don't know. We'll see. My video went pretty viral today. I wind up connecting with this alt bear guy and, he wound up reposting. He did more than reposting. I sent him the video, and he uploaded his own page, did some stuff. But on his page, I think he got like, I don't even know, like 30,000 views on this thing. Let me look. Alt Bear.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the idea, right? To become the signal. I don't know if you chimed in or stepped in earlier, but that's what we need to be at 100% the signal. And I think, Adam, what you did today, and this weekend, coming out and pause sounded crazy, but being, first of all, you're a champion for our community. That's just a fact. You're out there networking and doing a lot of the dirty stuff that, it takes a lot of courage. And to be quite honest, like you said, I was a lot a bit shy trying to come into these spaces. And I do big talks in New York, and I don't know, man, it's just something about the internet. It'll build up a different type of nerves, and it's weird, but
I don't know, man. Drink a couple old fashions with me. You'll be great. But,
I got a Macallan with me right now too. So.
There you go. Do it. No, I'm getting better at it. I'm more comfortable talking crypto. The more we talk as a community, the more I talk to developers, the more the understanding lingo, the connections, the relationships, and how the exchanges, the swap places, and everything works, and who these people are, really improve on how I can navigate the relationships. So, man, I really hope that this year, we got the DigiDollar launching, right? So I really hope that we can take this DigiDollar launch and find a way to onboard it somewhere. Like somehow we can pull on the heartstrings of some executive at some exchange, or hell, I was just messaging earlier somebody that lives over by Madagascar, some like super tiny little country island, and posting them some crazy ideas like connect me with your prime minister, and I'll go down there. I'll fucking take a ticket and fly down there and talk to the prime minister. I don't know about learning about French. I think French is their language in Madagascar. AJ knows some ladies. We can get somebody that can speak French that's smoking hot. Go down there. I can deliver this guy a fucking box of cigars or something. I don't care. We're gonna make the DigiDollar a currency. We can do that. It's possible. Anything is possible. We have a huge financial reset happening. Once Trump pulls the switch and we're going full stable coin, and all the other countries are going to be, their heads are going to be fucking spinning, and they're going to be looking for products like this. So sign that Clarity Act so I can get an invite over here to this Madagascar little island and crush a deal for us. But I don't know. I think I might be talking a little crazy for you guys today, but that's what two old fashions will do to do.
Hey, dude, that's what the confidence brings when the community starts to embrace you in these spaces, man. They make you feel like you're at home. It's something crazy. And Adam, real quick, I do want to touch. I feel like I probably don't explain a trade show that best, but if you don't mind, just helping me point out like the key importance, right, to really attacking these trade shows and building the new face of Digibyte, right? Because like we know Jared's the face, but we can't have the developers do everything for us, right? Like I like we mentioned, there could be a potential Digibyte babe out there that represents us, and it's not just one Digibyte babe. It could be multiple from different countries, right? But yeah, if you don't mind, just since you have experience and you've been in these trade shows and have been having very important conversations, just giving us a good insight of what it means to hold a trade booth and network within these shows.
Yeah, so actually, there's a difference between visiting one and actually working one. So I've worked many trade shows, not crypto ones, but like home improvement or home builder trade shows. I've done the National Hurricane Trade Show where I used to work for a disaster restoration company, And, you just kind of have to, they're long days. You have to set up your booth. And then you always have to have somebody there with positive energy at the booth, and not to be pushy. One thing that I've saw other people do is they trying to force the sale, trying to force the connection. And you can tell, if you ever been to a conference and you're walking through, you can tell like the people there at the booth are not even engaged with the people walking by, and people just keep walking past those. It's really just, a smile on your face, something they feel warm about, walking up to the booth and saying, and asking the question like, what do you do? And then the conversation starts. But yeah, not to be pushy, not to force swag on people, just eye contact, positive energy, let them come to you. And it's a lot of fun, They are a lot of fun. You get to talk to a lot of people. You get of all different types around the world. So, from that side of it, it's great. And then what you do is you say if you have a booth with like 2 or 3 people, you wind up, everybody takes a turn walking through all the other booths and connecting with them. And then you get to connect with the booths, the people earlier, because you get to the shows earlier. So really your time to like network is helping them set up their booths. So like, that's what I used to do. I used to actually go around just randomly help people, just because I know like that goes a long way in breaking the ice, because you just never know who's going to help you. That one person, that one referral that changes everything. It's that one phone call. But if you're not setting up working the booth and you're going to a trade show, then I would say to develop a plan of what you want to accomplish. If you want to just go and look at all the nice shiny things and take it all in and just have a good time, you can do that. But if you're looking to make relationships, then you need to be ready to start, asking good questions and asking for their Telegram page or their LinkedIn page, or how can we connect after the show. And so that's what I did. I went there with a goal to Consensus 2026 of saying, I want to talk to every single person, every single booth at the show, and tell them, one thing is to tell them Digibyte's still here, and by asking them if they're familiar with Digibyte, and then bring up the fact that we're launching that decentralized stablecoin and just see what happens. And I wind up going to every booth, most of them twice, some of them 3-4 times. And I would intentionally talk to a different person every single time. I would never go up to the same person at each booth, and because you just never know how you would connect with that person. And especially after they see you, I notice like when you're going there, they're really busy in the morning. They're busy pretty much until the end of the day. And then when you're going to these booths multiple times, every deal and every connection I ever made at a trade show was always the last hour of the show. And you purposely would go back to certain booths that you felt like you had the best chance of gaining that relationship. And some of them happened on the way out, just walking to the door and holding the door for that person. Some of the deals can be made of, hey, you had a conversation earlier, and then they say, hey, what are you doing later? Or, and then something happens from there. It's amazing that how those relationships just happen. Good energy, being kind, being thoughtful, and being willing to share information and connect, And I think that was growing up, connecting was hard because I didn't have my own real world experiences. So when I was like 18, 19, graduating from high school, I didn't have any world experiences. I came from like this small little town with like 20,000 people, and never been to New York City. I've never been out of my town. I've never seen snow. I've never experienced anything except for, living in my little town. My parents both had 2 jobs apiece. We had, very little money, 2 older brothers, and, just trying to make ends meet. So I played baseball, but when I started to be able to make those relationships and those business deals is from traveling, meeting new people, and being able to connect with them with their own life experiences. So like even kids, it's like when you have kids and they have kids, it's really easy to communicate with somebody because we both shared similar life experiences. So, and when you're talking to people too, don't be afraid to ask them how they're doing. If you see that they're tired, be like, ask them how they are and be concerned for them. I mean, it goes a long ways. We're real people. So that's kind of what I would say with any kind of networking or trying to build relationships. That's how I would attack the relationship. So I know that we have a booth opportunity for Rare Evo 2026 in Las Vegas, the end of July, like July 28th through the, I want to say through the 30th or something. I'm trying to look for the flyer on it, but it's something like that. So we have a booth that's donated to us, but I can't go because I'm already pre-committed for something else in that time frame. So I would totally do it if I could, but I can't. So I think what we could do is maybe shoot for another opportunity. I know that there's the Futurist conference coming up in Miami in November. Maybe that's something that I can go do that. But it'd be awesome if we could do the booth at Rare Evo because they did send us a formal invite. So that would be awesome, but it's going to take a lot of effort. I mean, there's a lot for us to do between now and then. So I don't know if it's a good idea. Sometimes forcing something like that, you're better off not doing it if it's forced because, first impressions are kind of tough to take back, and that would be, every single project that we compete with is going to be watching. So I'd rather be prepared better for something, I think. But it was very, very nice of them to offer it to us. So those are cool. Then, what do you guys got going on? So I think I'm going to go to bed early tonight, man. I was up to like 2:30 working on that video last night, and I really went way past my bedtime doing it. So I'm kind of paying the price today because I'm just dragging. I think I've had like 4 cups of coffee and 2 old fashions, so I'm doing pretty good. Yep.
I know I'm sorry to cut you off, but did anybody see? Because I was on crypto.com like a fiend like that I am. I saw it went up 22% to like 4.0048, and then came back down. I just thought that was funny. Oh, excuse me, 0.0045 at 8:25 when I'm looking at the chart, but.
Oh, wow.
Hey, so I started the space today with reinforcing that we need to be the signal 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if that isn't a tell sign, what better?
If that's not a what sign? I'm sorry.
A tell sign that we are the signal, bro. I mean, have you guys not seen how we are trending today? Even though X doesn't want to acknowledge us, we've been booming. I mean, you do a quick audit in YouTube, there's a lot of new videos, with Adam. Adam gained a lot of traction with his video and, the spaces that he hosted. And also, Adam, I wanted to mention, you mentioned earlier, you weren't sure if maybe you would, I guess be slightly black. I forget what the term is, or like not blacklisted, but like shadow banned for a little while if you overpost or whatever. I think that's a real thing. That's why sometimes I tend to, get off of the page for maybe 3 to 4 days. And another thing, you inspired me to do articles. So I actually figured out, since I really don't want to pay the check here. I figured out to go to medium.com, and basically I can post articles there, full length articles. And if you guys want to go check that out, I'm probably not as good as Adams, right? But
Oh, come on, man.
it's another way to bring, more people, just to show that you don't really have to pay for the check neither if you want to build articles. Like we have our ways, and I know that we try to do everything free, and there is a way to almost do everything free. But yeah, I just wanted to say that out there.
Yeah, I think that's great, because the more articles that are out there, the more SEO, or you called it earlier, AOE, or what is it? AEO.
Yes, AEO. Mm-hmm.
AEO. Yeah, if you do like the hashtags on the tagging of the articles when you go to write them, you'll see, like, if you go to some of the tags of the major coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, these guys, and they have like thousands and thousands of articles they've written using those hashtags, and then you go to us and it's like 12. So we need to get the content out there so that it fires up Google, because Google definitely uses Medium when they're doing the searches. So that's why I like Medium. Medium is cool because you if you're a subscriber and you're just in there, it will actually read the articles to you. So it's like Audible. So that's cool. So it's for everybody. So if you don't feel like reading, you just want to turn it on and hear it. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, I talked to Johnny Law about the Digiscope Me article section, that if he could make that so you don't have to be a subscriber to see it, and so that we can open it up to search engines to use it as well. So I know he's crazy busy, but he says he'll do that, and that'll help us be able to put our information in another spot. And then I was actually thinking, like, taking these like short videos that I'm doing through the AI and creating a YouTube page for them. So as I'm creating them, I just drop them in its own YouTube channel. Even though I'm in YouTube jail on my own personal page, I can't even freaking believe it. 15-year YouTube page just for my remodel business. They said I was spamming somehow. I'm like, I upload like one video a year. Like, what the heck are you guys talking about? But so I got to recreate my business YouTube page now because of them. But yeah, I think the more information, the more articles we get out, the better. So that's going to be our superpower, is writing articles, doing videos, get YouTubers to get out there and posting on X. I posted on LinkedIn, and I post on Facebook too. So Whale in here and I do the Facebook page. So if anybody wants to be an admin of our Facebook Digibyte community page, just let me know, and you can be an admin too. So you can create content and put content on there as well. I'm hoping that we can start using the analytics from that page to display on our X account to show an increase of engagement on Facebook one day, but that takes time to create. But I did go to YouTube earlier, where you can do a search about the certain keywords. So I typed in Digibyte as the keyword, and nobody was searching for Digibyte on Google for a while. It's pretty much flat. And then just recently, if you saw that post, we were getting over 100 keyword searches for Digibyte for a couple days straight. So that was cool to see that, because I was just curious, like, are we creating conversation outside of the X's echo chamber that we're all kind of stuck in some days, I feel like. But let's see here. Yeah, so May 10th till today, we were getting 80 to 100 Digibyte used as a keyword search on. So that's cool. So people out in the wild are hearing about us. and they're searching on Google to find out more about us. So that's pretty badass. I thought. I was like, I'm sharing it, even though 100 searches in a day isn't a lot, but for us, anything like that's positive. So things are starting to wake up. We're waking up and we're doing things, and I think that. What would you guys? Obviously, I think the community would like to see us more exchange listings, more wallet listings. That everybody, I think everybody would agree, like that's good for our community. But even with the listings, when we do get them, we still have to have customers to go there and buy it. So, and that's what these exchanges are looking at. So the exchanges will happen. We just have to find the customers, find the community that's going to go out and want to engage with those exchanges. I would be fine if we had one exchange, but everybody went there and we're still doing great. It does. So the more exchanges at this point is good, but for us, it's really the awareness, keep building on our community, getting everybody connected and talking about Digibyte every day. You guys have probably sat through and listened to Bitcoin's X Spaces, and they just regurgitate the same story over and over and over again. And if you don't say Bitcoin in your conversation, you're like done. You're not allowed to talk in those groups. So, I was surprised they even let me talk. And I started talking, my go-to for talking with Bitcoin people is to talk about the state of Arizona strategic bill, because it makes them have to go read the 3 coins listed, Bitcoin, Digibyte, XRP. And then, you can kind of feel the cringe going on with the host hearing that. But they don't really like to talk about that strategic bill, but it's a good entry point for me to talk about, where to start. I just can't come right off the gate to shill Digibyte to them, because that's they'll shut me down and kick me out before I have a chance to say hello. But there's a lot of XRP people that message me privately, so we'll see. I think if we could get a heads up on when the actual launch is going to be, I think that would be nice, so that we can do some strategic marketing behind it. If Jared was like, hey, it's gonna, we're gonna give a hint out that it's launching on a Friday. At that point, maybe we could do some actual paid press releases with some real news outlets. Oh, I did get a price from CoinDesk. It was stupid high, man, for them to do one press release.
That's I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's one of the key factors that I basically started the space with, is being the signal, right? When you mention, getting a number for CoinDesk and stuff like that, that's the idea with the DigiDollar creation bounty, and also why you specifically inspired me to do articles. And if us as a community, obviously for the DigiDollar awareness page to stay on brand, I can't ding other communities. Ideally, the community, that would be on them. But yeah, the idea is, to, like you said, there's more keywords, and I think SEO is no longer the main thing. It really is the AI powered search engine. That's really how Google, starts to, get all their content to the main pages. And I think, while yes, I am, I've mentioned to the community, Adam, you and I, and, everybody in the background that knows, at one point there will have to be some type of collective that we'll have to put up. But we can be the signal 100%, and that could be avoided. We can be 10 steps ahead of that, right? Because the marketing should be now. I got to say, I don't really think that we should wait for Jared to start announcing, or wait for his announcement on the DigiDollar. It's been 7 years. We know exactly what's going on. If anybody can get on Gitter and immediately be up to date. So if there's ever a time to market, it's now. And that's my big focus on this DigiDollar Creators Bounty, is to, start citing the sources of, like, if you've noticed, like Digibyte Patriots, they brought in CJ's video, and they brought, Digibyte Patriots also put your video in. He's doing a mashup of Dave's video and a bunch of videos, and this is how we start to branch out of the echo chamber and start getting cited, which allows us to be part of that AEO.
Yeah, but I can see it, man. So this is great. So yeah, so let's not wait for Jared, and let's start cranking it out. So, yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Consistency, it's the key. What's
up,
Digibyte?
What's up, YC? Talk to us.
Oh man, it's been a long day.
Yeah, X doesn't want to say that we're trending, but we all know we're trending. I don't understand. Well, I understand, but I can guarantee you guys we're definitely trending on these algos, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing more content out there. And I just to kind of chime in, I heard the last part of the conversation. I totally agree with you, AJ. We don't need to wait for anyone. I think that has been I don't want to say it's been an issue, but we don't need to wait for Jared to give a signal or anyone else, because even if we're putting the content out there and it picks up, and then when it does get released, it leads into like a nice play and to say, okay, well, this is what it's about. Now it's out. Let's go use it. This whole idea of just this waiting thing, I've heard it a lot too. It never ends up being anything beneficial. Like there's nothing to wait for. We've got the contacts, or we can try to find the contacts. We know people that can put together content, or we can even too now because of all the resources on the internet now. And I say we go for it. I mean, I think just with all your awareness stuff, AJ, with the bounty and stuff, I think people are putting up stuff, and it's no surprise that we're seeing more information come on X about Digibyte or DigiDollar, because I'm seeing it on my side too. Like, I think, Adam, you posted a video. It was about like 40 seconds, and I retweeted it, and then another account that has like 229,000 followers, some like influencer, took your video, embedded in his post, and then talked about DigiDollar. And that wasn't because we waited for Jared. That was because you put it out there and then someone else picked it up. So it clearly works. So we have to be more proactive versus reactive. And we're doing that. I've even posted Jared's video. I don't know if you guys saw this stablecoin hack that happened. It was some like Euro hack. There was like a $10 million hack. And I went in the thread and I'm like, yeah, that's why you need to check out DigiDollar. And I put Jared's video, the most recent one. And I don't know if you know, but his video that he did, that update, it's already got like 22,000 views. So clearly when he puts out videos, there's a lot of engagement on that stuff. There's replies, there's views. I stick them in other threads that are relevant to stablecoins, and that's how we're getting the traction. That's how we're seeing people come to our page or come to our site or whatever it may be. So I think we just need to keep pushing really, really hard on that. And eventually it'll spill over. I mean, as it is.
And this is what we talk about a lot, YC. It's just it takes just one more of the community members,
that's it, man.
Just to go out there and give it a shot, right? Like it's a little like for some it can be a learning curve, but it's like a courage thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was super shy, and Adam, I'm
dude, we all were, man.
Yeah,
we all were.
But that's all it takes.
Like, I wasn't perfect when I did these phases. I'm like, oh, what if I screw something up, or I don't know how to do this stuff, or what if it like knocks out or whatever. And I'm still not perfect, but the thing is we're doing it. And like, that's what I'm saying is it's a culmination of all this stuff. Like, I always go back to this. Green did this, then you, AJ, Adam, you're getting out there. We're doing spaces. We're putting, like, you can see the results. It definitely works, but if you don't do it, you'll never know. And that's why it does, even like telling CJ, or I know Dave's done his like live sessions on YouTube. I retweeted those out. I mean, those are all good things because you don't know who you're going to hit by the way you present it. And I always say this is, we as a collective, we have no idea who is watching our accounts and what we're putting out there. We have absolutely no idea. We don't know if there's institutions looking. We don't know if there's large investors. We have no idea. So we have to just go out there and keep putting the information in a professional manner to educate people, and then actually do what we say we're going to do. Like, we are the collateral, we are the marketing, we are the signal. It's everything about this blockchain is on us. And it seems a little bit unique because a lot of projects have their own employees and people that control it, and they all look to them to take action. And yes, it's harder when you don't have that, but it's also freeing because you get to do whatever you want as long as it's not like nefarious or anything, because the community will spit that out and they'll let you know. But if you're pushing it, man, you got the whole community that's going to push alongside you and get it out. So my feedback to this is I would not let up. I would be pushing, 5-10 times harder. And that's what I'm going to be doing.
Exactly. Like, what is noise to us? What is noise if the signal is 100% on?
That's right. That's what you hit it on the head. And that's the thing is, and I'm even seeing it now. Like, it's not ironic that when we start putting out content that's positive, I'm seeing more FUD coming out. I'm seeing people like, hey, you should throw the towel in. It's time to quit now. Or, hey, look at this chart. It's just, gone down. Like, it's just going down. It's like a grand event, or like nobody uses it. Then I see YouTube videos about zombie chain, where's zombie chain? Okay. Like, it's kind of funny now because the amount of, uncertainty and doubt that's trying to be pushed through our community is getting accelerated. But we just have to forget about that because we see that everywhere and we see it every time too. So I would encourage everyone, I say at every space, is like, whether it's creating YouTube video for this bounty, or contacting a publication and starting a bounty. I mean, there's tons and tons of stuff we can do. And if it's, even like AMAs with other projects. I mean, I've got an account also. I can't vet it out, but I mean, I haven't really fully vetted out, but they want to do like AMA stuff too. And some of them are good, some of them are not, but there's a chance to do this stuff. I mean, you just have to reach out and sometimes, find other big audiences that are open to, learning about other, blockchains and projects. So, that's what I would do because it's out there. It's for our taking, but we can't complain if we're not going to put in the effort. That's what I say. And I don't know if you guys are starting to see also, AJ, did you see that text I sent you about that guy talking about DigiDollar, how you can, oh, you did see it because you wrote back to me, but like 10 years and then redo it. And so people are starting to get the understanding, right? So now when people really get it, what do you think is going to happen, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, that's ideal, right? Like, right now, where we're at with the FUD, it's hilarious, right? Because like I mentioned before, like we do have the blueprint, and it's very clear to us that it's working. I mean, if what we're doing actively isn't working, then there would be no FUD. There would be actually no criticism or any type of reaction. But because we are persistent, and again, we have infinite ambition in our chain because we're solely volunteer. Um, this is what's thriving us, and it's to show that, like you say, Wesley, we shouldn't let up now. If anything, this is the part where we become aggressive. I mean,
100%.
the utility has spoken for itself for over 12 years. At this point, is the community. It's the community that has to speak for it, because and now we have a DigiDollar protocol that is like a mind blowing thing. You sit here, you lock up your collateral, which is Digibyte, which internally is also the community, and then you mint a truly decentralized stableback coin, which is the DigiDollar. And that just gives us an alley to not just further monetary system within globally, right? But the way that we peer to peer on all aspects of life, whether that's with Digi Assets, whether that's with Digi ID, whether that's with, a mom and pop business, or even if it comes down to a simple tip on X. Yeah.
Well, and dude, also to your point, I mean, now we also have this mobile wallet that's being resurrected too, which is really awesome because it was a great wallet. And I know that's been a concern. Fortunately, we have Dennis and Johnny creating their own versions, which is awesome. But Jared's taking back that existing wallet, which we were talked about months ago. If somebody could take that and bring it back to life with the right updates, that would be awesome. Well, I mean, I didn't even know about it till he's like, "Hey, dude, I'm going to put this in like a sweetener," and then he started sending screenshots. And then he also tested DigiDollar in the mobile wallet, which it works. So, and as we've talked many times before, a lot of people don't want to download a core wallet. They just don't want to do it, which we get them to that process. They don't even want to take it off an exchange. So if we can't go exchange the core wallet direct, well, maybe now slowly you test out a mobile wallet that has DigiDollar on it, or you can test your Digibyte on. Now, obviously, you don't want to recommend everyone put everything on a mobile wallet because there are risks with that too. But hey, if that's step one that gets someone into the ecosystem, I'm all about it. So the point I'm making is we're getting to the point now where there are no obstacles per se, like, oh, we don't have a mobile wallet. We're losing a chunk of users or people. No, we've got now 3 different mobile wallets coming that are verifiable, different uses for different people, right? You got a web wallet, you got a mobile wallet, you have the one that Johnny's creating. Then you have, okay, well, I don't know how to do all the analytics. Well, you can't say that. We've got Digiscope now. Okay, Johnny's got tons of stuff on there. Oh, I don't know how to set up a bounty. Yes, we do. You guys have set up the bounty. Marketing, we're doing articles, we're doing spaces. We've got the blockchain working, peer-to-peer we can do, and now we've got DigiDollar. So, like, the point is it's not the technology anymore. It will be completely up to us to embrace the utility, because there is already utility. Now it's just about using it, demonstrating it, and helping others see the value in implementing that infrastructure in their own lives, whether it's a business, whether it's their own personal, whether it's, whatever means it is. And so we're in a really good spot, I think. And considering every day we're seeing some new hack, or, that's the other thing. You see these stablecoin hacks, and that's another big piece of marketing. I mean, I don't wish that other people are getting hacked. That's never a good thing. Unfortunately, it's a crappy situation, but it also is a good point for us to not hurt the folks that have, educate them and tell them, look, this is the problem with stablecoins, because the centralized stuff is only going to come out more and more. So we are the only option that does not do that. So I've seen even on spaces when we're talking about this, people's like, you can almost tell like their eyes are lighting up when they're like, oh, wait a second, you don't do this, you don't do this. Oh, it's crazy. So we must go full speed. And I think, regardless of market conditions, I think it's probably going to get worse. I don't know. I don't really care, but I just think it will become very easy for people to say, okay, we're going to another community, and that's fine if you want to. Anyone can do whatever they want, but I personally think we have to keep putting our foot on the pedal right now, because we have got something great going on. And then when this thing launches, there's going to be a whole slew of things that are going to have to be built and talked about, which will take a ton of time. So we have plenty of stuff. Just have to have people willing to tackle it without getting permission, essentially. And I also know one other thing. I know I'm talking a lot here, but the other thing is the devs are going to look to us to push the adoption forward. The devs are responsible. Jared's responsible for putting videos, or no, I shouldn't even say responsible. He just does it because he believes in the blockchain and what it serves. So he doesn't have to do this, but he does. And so these guys do the development, they do all the debugging, et cetera, et cetera. They get the product out there. It's our job as a community to make sure that product is being used and adopted. So, I don't really care what that is. I mean, if it's, people want to get paid articles. People want to write their own articles. People want to put up a Digibyte website and optimize it for SEO. There's tons of stuff you can do interviews with people. Hell, you could even do, if you don't want to get on YouTube and do an interview, you can do like podcast stuff too. They have tons of podcasts that are in like Spotify or, just whatever you feel comfortable in. And if you don't want to do anything with your, like the voice stuff or being in person, go do stuff on the back end. Like I've said it too, like there's plenty of videos and there's plenty of material on the website. I don't know if I've told you guys, but as small of a task as it is, I took the integration guide that's on the website that hasn't been updated in like 2 years, and I've got an up-to-date version of it now. I redid the whole thing. And I has updated data. I'm just trying to get GTO to review that. He's been swamped, but I want to get someone to look at it and make sure it's authentic and accurate. But now we'll have an up-to-date integration guide. I think our last one was like 2023. So, these things, I'm not a dev, I don't know everything, but I'm using my resources to try to figure out how I can get that material up. Same thing with the videos. There's plenty of videos on the main that they're good, but you can spruce them up. And if you put your own, like, if it's your channel or whatever it is, then, you're going to be on the website. We'll figure all that out. But, there's many, many angles that we can attack this. And the more accurate information up to date, it's going to be great for people coming into our ecosystem. Did I put you guys all to sleep?
No, dude. It's been a great space. I'm actually, I was reading some stuff in the background. I'm like actually vetting through YouTube, and it's crazy because I'll go through a couple burner accounts to see, they'll show you different ads. And I just realized why I sounded robotic earlier. I think because I switched one of my VPNs. It needs to connect. I think maybe that was chopping my voice up. But there was an old article that popped up. It was an old ad from 2022 where they're talking about us. And it just says where to buy Digibyte and how to buy it. And there's a couple of other ads, which is just, I don't know. It feels that we're much closer than a lot of the community member feels, or I think, and I think it just takes that one quick conversation, right? Like you're mentioning, like right now, anybody that's out there listening, it's a quick shout out can get you noticed in a way that you didn't think. And, like what Adam did earlier today with, forgive me, I don't know his name, but you guys mentioned he was like 200 or 300K followers. For someone to willingly do a quote and post up about us means that there's an impact there. They went and researched and they got to learn something.
Yeah, it was Altcoin Bear account. His handle is Altcoin Bear 1. And he basically took Adam's video, embedded it, and just said, if your money can lose 10% before lunch, is it really money? DigiDollar aims to be the world's first decentralized stablecoin using time-locked Digibyte collateral directly on chain without selling. And then Adam's video is integrated, and his account's got 230,000 accounts, 230,000 followers. Now, I'm sure maybe most of them aren't maybe real, but the fact is it's a big account. I don't even know who the guy is, but he took Adam's material and he felt the urge to put it out to his followers. And that's the point of this whole thing is like, it's great Adam's putting that out. I couldn't have told you that would have happened, but it did. So how many more people could put things out like that and it'll get picked up by another account because someone resonates with it? And that's why it can't just be one or two or three of us. It's got to be all of us, in our own way. And then you can see kind of the domino effect, what will happen. If you think we're trending now, like get maybe 5, 10, 15 more of us doing this, go in threads, respond. Of course, don't spam them. Like, don't just do junk. Like, be thoughtful, be insightful. Try to start dialogue. As you start dialogue, then that also increases our awareness too from algo perspective, because you don't want junk conversations. And it's great. I think, even this video, Adam, that you did, like it's 40 seconds, or 45 seconds, but it nails it. And that's, people don't want to also go through like a 25-minute video to get the gist, especially when attention is just so quick. It's perfect. You might even do little things like this and just go into areas or channels that people aren't really thinking about, but they relate, and boom. So it's awesome. Even Whale's graphics that he's doing, they're awesome. I just saw this Digiscope image he did. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah, also Whale's like, I don't know, dude. Whale has the inside scoop on all these chains that tend to fail, dude. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but
I know, I've seen it.
yeah, Whale, I don't know how you do it, bro, but that's awesome, bro. You're
Hey,
always
keep it
on
going,
top.
bro.
Yeah, dude.
But like he's mastered this, like this visual infographic. Like he's amazing. Like the way it's detailed, the way, even if I don't know all the details, I'm like, oh wow, there's 5 green checks. That means we're good. There's 5 red. They must not be good. Like I get the entire message just by looking at his infographic, and he's done so many of them. So that's his lane, man. He's awesome. So, but he keeps doing that, and that's, it gets, I've seen people use his image too, like people not in our community, that you'll see it pop up. I think some publication, or when he was doing SB 1649, somebody from XRP used his image. But that's the point. Like, we didn't expect it, but it's just such great quality. Somebody's using it. It's the same thing. There's plenty of examples, man. It just got to get to work. Like now, it's Memorial Day, so it's holiday, but back on Tuesday, like, should be grinding again, man.
Yeah, and I'll definitely gonna have my regular Tuesdays, 8:30 Eastern time. Probably bring up a couple more topics. Adam mentioned earlier about, the way that we would approach trade shows and potentially establishing a team for later on, maybe at the end of this year or closer to the beginning of next year. So that would probably be a couple of the topics that we'll talk on Tuesday. For today, again, you guys, since we are here, today is the DigiDollar Awareness Creators Bounty. And as we've been talking, we are trending. There's a lot of movement going on, and, we need to stay on top of that aggressively and professionally. And again, we aren't a company, and we are prideful of that, but we do need to start moving as a company, meaning whole, as us, the community, the company, getting together and again, cite sources, riff off of other community members, make sure you guys give credit, where credit is due. This is how we get out of the weird, X algo that only shows us what we're focused on. Attack Reddit. Now that Adam does, articles all the time, and I just started creating a couple articles, and if we just get one more person that has articles, we can, start to be in like Reddit and a little bit more engaging topics, for us to, I guess, debate, healthy debates, and, get our message out there. Yeah.
Well, I definitely did some more videos. They're going to go out tomorrow at 1 and then Tuesday at 1 o'clock. So I got some more in the oven, just ready to come out nice and warm for everybody. Shock the world. Let's bring them Digibyte, But I'm running out of gas, fellas. But are you guys doing another Spaces after this one, or is this it for tonight?
No, this is probably it, bro. I started the space, a little emotional, but it's a tough time for my family. I'm not all military family, but we have military family, and yeah, dude, I just motivated, wanted to communicate with the community, Digibyte, and I just, like I said, we have this relentless ambition here in Digibyte, and just kind of pushing me along through this weekend. And this weekend is to honor our fallen soldiers that, at least here in America, that allow us to have this freedom for us to just sit here in front of the computer and voice my opinion. And while some of them might not be home, and again, like I mentioned earlier, for the veterans that are home, welcome home. May God bless you. But yeah, dude, this is the space today. Just hanging out and really, like I've mentioned before, I like to do things that feed my soul, things that feel good to the soul. And Digibyte, from the minute that I got into the spaces where we're at now and the confidence that I built here and what the community has helped, with just pushing me and having my back in this, just that's why I'm hosting the space on a Sunday. And, also obviously the DD creators, but yeah, it's a big part of why I sit here and hang out, because the community's embraced me. And I thank you guys, because without the community, anything I say doesn't matter. It's you guys that push me, motivate me, and help me, also want to just continue building, right? Because, it could get this could become burned out. Like I can hear you, Adam, you sound exhausted, but I appreciate the commitment, dude, because again, we're fully volunteered and it's not easy.
It's gonna be cool one day. All these exchanges do all this advertisement for Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and then probably their exchange coin. I'm looking at Bitmart's advertisement. I'm like, one day they're going to be dropping Digibyte on these things. It's like, which one of these coins are we going to knock off the list? Like, I was like, I want to take Solana's spot, take Solana out and put Digibyte right there. That's what I would say. Or even Dogecoin. You know what I mean? Like, we can get rid of Dogecoin. Who wants the dog, man? Really? We want a Digibyte. We want a robot or whatever our logo is. We're just, everybody needs some vitamin D in their life, and Digibyte's that. So, but yeah, let's do it. I think I'm gonna get off, guys. But let's keep it going, and don't be afraid to reach out. And if you need some help, you can always message me. I'll respond. Later, fellas.
Get some rest, Adam. Thank you for everything you've done, dude. Thank you for today. Thank you for the videos. And we got your back, bro. We're going to champion behind you as much as you champion behind us. So go get some rest, buddy. And again, anybody that has any questions about the DD creators today or just wants to chime in, I'm pretty much hanging out. You guys, this is basically the BBQ DDG. What the fuck was that? BBQ DGB. That was a tongue twister, bro. I don't even know why I tried to do that. But we'll be here if you guys have any questions. Go ahead, chime in. If anybody wants to be a speaker, my boy Green over there, I know he's loving paradise, and that boy well deserved. Same with you, Whale, man. I don't shout you out enough, Whale. Thank you for all your infographics. Those things are fire, bro. Thank you for that, and always getting us the inside scoop on what the hell's failing out there and why we're just superior always. Well, you guys know, to keep the space as informative as possible, I try not to keep too much dead air. I feel like I give a decent amount of time. Probably not, but I feel like I give a decent amount of time if anybody wants to chime in. But you guys, again, I like to take this time to thank you guys for joining the space, for supporting DigiDollar awareness, and Digibyte. And you guys, for all you out there that have family in the military, may God bless you. Thank your family members for your service. Hug them tight. If you're an American, because it's the reason why we're free. Just remember that. And for the veterans, again, welcome home. God bless you. And for those that are abroad, you guys are the true champions. We love you. God bless America. And God bless the world too. Sorry, guys. Just, I'm always America first. Well, not really sorry, but like just try to keep it. All right. Maybe I shouldn't say anymore. But you guys, don't forget, please, go to the pin post, the DigiDollar Awareness Creators Bounty. It enforces us as a signal, 100% the signal at all times. Please follow the rules. If there is any questions in the rules, just ask me, DM me. I'll answer as many questions as you want. Repost this space. There's a lot of information on the DD Creator in this space, especially with rules and breaking down more logistics about it. And any questions you guys have, feel free to comment under the space. And lastly, under this space, I have posted the video on how to download the Digibyte Core wallet, because while we do love and are champion for other wallets, and the community is actively building 3 separate wallets, you still won't be able to mint your DigiDollar without a Digibyte Core wallet, or at least not from any of the native wallets that are coming out. But as of right now, because who's to say that maybe a wallet there's always a possibility where you maybe one day might be able to mint DigiDollar on your phone. But as of right now, and when the launch happens, which is very soon, you can only mint on the Digibyte Core wallet. So click on that YouTube video. Jared breaks down on how to download it, how to sync your data and back it up. Again, there is the latest release of RC41, GitHub testnet link right under the Gitter chat. If you want to be an Oracle, and you have any questions, go ahead and shoot them there. If you want any updates on the DigiDollar, also they're very transparent, so you can get any answers that you need through there. And Digiscope, digiscope.me, and Digiscope Telegram is there. Obviously, for the bounty, the only way you can get paid is if you are verified with Digiscope. So don't forget, go get verified with Digiscope. So you might be this week's potential winner, and that's how you get paid. And lastly, Jared's new, update on the DigiDollar, which, to be fair, again, that guy doesn't have to do any of that. He's a builder. So why I say that is because us as a community, that guy should be having at least 100,000 views on his YouTube automatically. There's like 1.1 million holders within us. There's a lot of few follow, he has like 39K followers. There should be no reason why it's under like 5K. And it's an important protocol that we're building here. Super important. So you guys, I'd like to thank you guys again. Everybody have a blessed week. Thank you for joining the space. Have a good night.